Hi everyone, my name is Andy Boswell and welcome today to our online presentation. Together with my wife Sue, we've been with doTERRA for now just over 17 months, and it's been a fantastic journey, and I'm looking forward today to sharing some of the information that we've learned about how these brilliant products can help you with your health and certainly expand out to your family, friends and loved ones as well, of course. And we know we've got different people on this presentation today. We know we have some people who are looking at our presentation because they want to find out more about our products and how they can help you. We have another band of people as well who are also interested in, as well as the products, but our earnings opportunity as well. So we will cover both. Predominantly we're going to be talking about the oils and how they can benefit you and your family, as we said, but we will be touching on that as well. And also we've got people from all over the world, and particularly over Europe, and you can probably tell I'm from the UK. So today we will be talking, at the end, we will let you know how you can get hold of some of these products if you wish to, at the best possible price, that much I promise you. And we'll be talking about it in euros and pounds sterling, and also we won't be talking about VAT or local taxes because they can vary in different parts of the world, but you can of course get back to the person who introduced you to this presentation to get further information on that. So without further ado, let's get into the presentation. So to start with, we're probably better to talk about the company that we're actually involved with, and that is the company called doTERRA. And if you hadn't heard of doTERRA before you were introduced to view this presentation, join the club. You know, we'd never heard of the company either. And it's probably one of the business world's best kept secrets, to be honest with you, because the company, as you can see here, started in 2008 and in its first decade grew faster than the computer company Apple did, which will give you some idea of its success, and that's mainly down to the quality of the products that they supply. As you can see here, it says doTERRA is the world leader in the sourcing, testing, manufacturing and distribution of CPTG oils, and I'll explain a little further on what CPTG actually stands for and what that means as well. So as you can see also here, we're now turning over in excess of $2 billion in global sales on an annual basis and operating in over 120 countries. The success has been so rapid that now 1 in 4 essential oils that are sold in the world is actually a doTERRA essential oil. So we're probably better to start with talking about the immune system rather than the oil in itself. I think some people think that a drop of essential oils will cure all ills, and that would be, of course, a little naive. However, it's the immune system that you need to look after. Prevention being, of course, much better than cure. And if you can look after the immune system, you can keep many of the ailments away, of course. And it starts with our doTERRA Wellness Lifestyle Pyramid on the right hand side here that underpins everything. Of course, it says the bottom two, I don't need to spend too much time on, I don't think. Eating the right things, putting the right fuel into our body, getting some exercise on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, but something that, you know, may make you break into a little bit of a sweat is important to underpin our, you know, ongoing health. One of the things that I was totally unaware of before joining doTERRA, and what we've learned since, is how important rest and managing stress is to protecting your immune system. Because in a book that I read recently, it said if you don't get between 7 to 9 hours good quality sleep per night, your immune system in effect starts going into crash. And once that happens, of course, that can bring on so many other things. Now, I know that's easier for some than others, but we do have products that can help massively with both stress and rest. And also reducing the toxic load. And what do we mean when we say toxic load? Well, generally it's anything that's not natural to our system. And in the 21st century today, it's impossible to completely eliminate the toxic load. As soon as you walk out down the street and there's cars around, you're taking in certain toxins, but it does make sense to eliminate the toxic load from our system that isn't necessary. And that can be things like anything from the shower gel we put on our skin, for ladies with makeup perhaps, even something I found out recently with deodorant, how important it is, because with deodorant there's aluminium in there, and that's linked to many illnesses and diseases moving forward. And it's the actual aluminium that goes into our pores that stops us sweating. So if you can make a choice in going to a more natural alternative, surely that makes sense, as long as it works, of course. So it really is a case of, with this information today, to allow you and show you how to get information for yourself, to look after yourselves moving forward and be proactive rather than waiting for something like an illness to come and hit us, protecting ourselves by looking after our immune system as well. So what are essential oils exactly? Well, we like to think of them as nature's pharmacy. They have been used in helping people for thousands of years now. And we're not here knocking modern day medicine, far from it. But if you can take a natural product and it can work as well, or in many cases better than a normal pharmaceutical product, then that's got to be a great option for you as well. So essential oils really are found in the plant material that are taken from the root, stems, bark and leaves of a plant. And our bodies are made up of very similar building blocks as plants. So when we use the oils, they go to work in our bodies in the same way as they would go to work for the plant. Now, as you can see here, as it says, essential oils can enter into our bloodstream in just 30 seconds and can start to affect the cells in our body within just 20 minutes. And probably the best example of this is in the bottom right hand corner, and this explains how essential oils can be beneficial in many cases. If you go to the doctor and maybe you have a virus and maybe you're expected to be given antibiotics to help with that, very often the doctor will tell you that they will be useless on a virus. And the reason for this is the bacteria or the antibiotics cannot penetrate the outer membrane of a cell, and it's within the cell that the virus lives. However, with essential oils, because they've got what are called lipophilic properties, they can go through the outer membrane and can start to go to work on the virus straight away. So in many cases, as well as being the healthier option, it can certainly be the most effective option too. And of course, this can be done without many of the side effects that can be associated with modern medicine today. Now, doTERRA is very much a company of science. They employ more than 30 scientists, and they're completely committed to the purity and potency of the grade of oils that we supply. As you can see here in the top right hand corner, we're pleased to say that our oils and our grade of oils are in the top 1% of oils available anywhere in the world. Now, I mentioned at the start about CPTG oils, and you'll see in the bottom right hand corner here, this little graphic represents some of the scientific tests that each oil goes through before it reaches the customer. In effect, there's 8 different tests, many of them independent, that they go through to ensure the purity by the time it reaches you. Now, one of the best quotes that I love about this on this presentation is the one that's here in the bottom left-hand corner from Dr. Robert Pappas, and he's the President Technical Director of the Essential Oil University in America. Now, he's completely independent, he does not work for doTERRA, but he says that doTERRA is the leading company in the world right now. No one else goes to the lengths that doTERRA does to ensure the purity of the grade. Now, it's important to explain to you, and this is a really important slide in this presentation, that not all oils are created equally. What we offer here is very much a world-class product. This CPTG, this Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, as I've already explained, represents the top 1% of oils available in the marketplace today, and it shouldn't be confused with synthetic or food grade oils or even fragrance oils as well. These are completely different. Now, one of the scary facts as well is that according to government standards, an essential oil can be labelled as 100% pure and still legally contain up to 92% of fillers and synthetics. And many oils found in the marketplace today are not of a high quality. So you don't need to be a genius to work out if there's only 8% of the product in there that is genuine, that it's not going to do anywhere near as good as if it's 100%, of course. And sometimes as well, that many oils in the marketplace are found to have pesticides in there where they haven't been farmed, what we would certainly consider to be properly. Now, because of the quality of our products, we're very proud to say that there are 3 methods of use for our products. And in truth, most other companies can only say 2 because they can't guarantee the purity. The first way is aromatic, and this simply means by smelling it from the bottle, either just maybe putting a drop or 2 in your hands and breathing it and cupping in your hands and breathing it in that way. It is a proven medical fact that when the compounds within the oil hit your sensory receptors, that it can have a medical effect and have a change in our body. So that's one way you can take it, of course, is by taking it aromatically. You'll see also pictured in the top right hand corner here a picture of one of our diffusers, and this is a great way that you can use the oil or take it in aromatically as well by adding maybe 3 or 4 drops of a particular oil and topping it up with water. It uses ultrasonic waves that puts like a mist or a vapor into the air so you can breathe it in and it's around you all the time. Particularly great that way at night time as well. Now the second way is topically, and normally we would recommend to dilute oils with a fractionated coconut oil or a carrier oil, certainly for people if they're young or old and maybe have thinner skin, but topically simply means applying it to the skin. And depending on the oil or the almond, there'll be different instructions for where you need to place it. But generally, if you need to get the oils into your system, your feet are a really good place to start. And the reason for that is because there are more pores on the soles of your feet than anywhere else on the rest of your body. So it could be a really quick way to get it into your system. And thirdly, and this is where we differ from many of the other companies, because we know about the purity of the oils, up to 39 of our oils can be taken internally, and that could be brilliant to get to the root of the problem, sometimes much, much quicker. So what we really are providing here with doTERRA is a natural healthcare solution, a safe alternative for all of the family that lets you take control of your own health, obviously, as we've said, in a natural way. You can see listed here some of the benefits of getting involved with a company like ourselves, certainly obviously helping you improve your health. Our products can lift mood and calm emotions. They can even help with weight loss, aid your digestion, support joint and cartilage function, even relieving neck and head tension, plus lots more. We have a phrase here at doTERRA when people come to us asking us for help in certain areas saying, don't worry, we have an oil for that. And we certainly believe that we do. But today what we're going to do, even though doTERRA have over 200 products available in Europe and we have over 90 essential oils, what we're going to be talking about is our top 10 core oils that we feel that most people should have at home to help them with their family's needs. And what we're going to start with first and foremost is peppermint. And most people think, oh, well, I know what peppermint is and how it actually works. And with respect on that, if you've never used doTERRA peppermint, I would say you don't really understand peppermint. Because if you can see at the bottom there, 1 drop of doTERRA's peppermint oil is the equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Our oils are very, very potent, and that can make a big, big difference. Now, it could be really good to tell you a few of the benefits to start with. You can rub it on your temples after you wake up to give you a bit of an early morning energy boost. I can promise you I did that today. Sometimes even using wild orange as well and mixing it with that could be really, really effective. And it's really a good idea to apply topically on your skin to relieve feelings of tension. Particularly, I know a friend of mine called Pete, who joined our business, and he used to get a lot of head and neck tension, and he found by just doing a drop or two of peppermint, and also he would add some frankincense to it as well, it made a huge difference to him, and helped him come off some medication that he was on that he found that it wasn't actually doing him too much good. But that was his experience. It promotes healthy respiratory function and is really good for clear breathing. And it's really a good idea as well. Take maybe 1 or 2 drops in a veggie capsule to alleviate stomach upset too. So it's really good for promoting digestive health. In fact, my wife Sue used to suffer quite badly with a burning sensation that used to come up, I think that was born on by acid within her stomach. And she found it gave her a lot of relief by actually just taking a drop of peppermint and putting it onto her finger and putting that finger into her mouth and sucking her finger, that helped alleviate the actual burning sensation that she used to get. Also, as you can see here, it helps freshen breath, which is not a bad thing. And if you may be somebody that doesn't like creepy crawlies, maybe bugs, spiders, that type of thing, but you don't like the idea of either killing them either, which is perfectly understandable, it can act as a natural bug repellent as well. A few drops in into a glass bottle with a spray pump and spray that around areas in your house. That works absolutely brilliantly, certainly around windows or doors, to help repel bugs and spiders and things like that. So that's our peppermint oil. Next, I'd like to talk about an oil, again, I'm sure you've heard of, which is lavender. And again, I would say, unless you've really seen lavender certified pure therapeutic grade oil compared to maybe other lavenders that you've had, I would say you probably don't really appreciate how good this actually is. Now, when I got involved with doTERRA, I have to be honest with you and say that I was suffering a little bit from stress and tension that was brought about from working in our previous business, and a residual tension came over into this business as well. And it's widely used for its calming and relaxing qualities. And I'd heard it was good, and I would put a drop in my hands and maybe rub them on my temples as well, maybe put a drop on my fingers and rub them on my temples, and just sit back and relax in a chair. And after breathing it in, I'm being honest with you, after 20 or 30 seconds, I was completely zoned out. That tension that I had, I'm sure you may have experienced before, you get like tension in your muscles, on your stomach or around your neck, or head tension, completely melted away into that chair. So I would highly recommend lavender. Like I said, don't confuse it with fragrance oils. It's also great to maybe add to the bath just to soak away stress, and as we've already said about applying it to the temples and the back of the neck, that really helps. But at night time as well, as we mentioned at the start, many of our products are really good for helping getting good quality sleep. And add a few drops to your pillows, bedding, or the bottoms of the feet to help prepare for a restful night's sleep. And it can also be taken internally as well, which can be really good. It can as well, if you know anything about lavender, know that it can be used for occasional skin irritations and stings and things like that. Really will help calm that down. And it can also reduce anxious feelings, even when the ability to smell aromas has been lost. We had a guy in our team called Nick that experienced this. He had lost all sense of smell completely, couldn't smell anything. And he said that the lavender, but not only that, many of our other oils, he could feel it actually getting to work, even though he hadn't got any sense of smell whatsoever. Now, our next oil is lemon. And I didn't realize how versatile an oil this was when I got involved. And I think I probably thought that we used lemon oil from the juice of the lemon, and we don't use the juice at all. In fact, it takes 45 lemons to make one small 15 ml bottle of oil. But we do it in a very sustainable way. Because we don't use the juice. The juice goes off to juicing factories to make drinks and things like that. We use the part that we want that's most effective, which is the rind or the zest of the lemon. And it can be used for so many things. It's a very versatile oil. It can be used if you add a few drops into a spray bottle of water to clean tables, countertops and other surfaces. And of course many of us, and it works, I've got to tell you, in my opinion, better, much better than some of the toxic cleaners that I used to use in the kitchen, which is important to know that it does the job, of course. But I think when using it, a lot of people don't think when they're using toxic cleaners, what they tend to do is they spray it onto the surface, the normal toxic cleaners, and forget and put food on top of it. But obviously with lemon, it's perfectly natural. You're not going to get any contamination from chemicals that you would use normally by cleaning your kitchen. So that's a real added bonus. It's really good for removing sticky residue off surfaces. Certainly on top, if you've got like cooker hood filters, it can get very sticky up there. I find that this cuts through so much better than those old toxic cleaners that I used to use. And it's also really good to cleanse the body and aids in digestion too, and can promote a really healthy functioning of the GI tract. And that's really important because many of our conditions that we suffer from can come from the gut. So it's important that we look after that area. It also makes a real good wooden furniture polish, believe it or not, and also will really help protect your leather furniture and other leather surfaces or garments too. So that is lemon, certainly one of what most people would use for their daily wellness routines. Now, the first three oils that we've gone through, you probably would have heard of. This one you may not have done, Melaleuca. But Melaleuca has a more common name that you probably will know it from, which is also known as tea tree oil, which is renowned for its cleansing and rejuvenating effects on the skin. It's a really powerful first aid for the skin. And applying this essential oil to your fingernails and toenails after showering is really good because it's antifungal as well, and it will really help keep nails looking healthy. For those of you who've got more hair than me, just by adding a few drops to shampoo and lathering it into the hair can really help your hair stay thick, clean, and give it a really healthy glow, and plenty of body too. And it's also good for the complexion. Many teenagers maybe who suffer from, should we say, pimples and things like that, find they get a lot of use from tea tree oil or Melaleuca. And it's also, again, important for the immune function and looking after your immune system, which, as we said right at the start, is one of the things that we want to be helping you protect. But also, depending on the time of year, environment, at the winter time as well, it's really good to diffuse this type of thing to help with environmental and seasonal threats, and hopefully stop them, attacking you. Now, oregano, and most people would know this as a cooking spice. But also it is an essential oil, and it acts as a very powerful cleansing agent and offers powerful antioxidants, extending its use way beyond the kitchen. And you have to bear in mind as well, this is, most people think of oregano being a herb, and it can be, but it's in an oil form, it's 70 times more powerful than herbs. So it can be really effective on your skin as well. I know that we have a lady in our team I spoke to recently who says she found it really, really effective on a wart that she was actually putting it on. You can use our doTERRA fractionated coconut oil and mix it with oregano and place it on certain maybe skin areas, skin tags, and they could be really, really effective. And this particular lady said that she had this wart for 18 years and it hadn't moved at all, and within 15 days she said it's almost gone. So that was her experience. And oregano also supports a healthy digestion, and it's also good to look after your liver area as well. So maybe taking a couple of drops each day, either in a veggie capsule or diluting in water. Never ever take it neat because it's quite a hot oil, quite a spicy oil, but is a good idea. So, but you can, many people like to take it into the system as well by putting it into their foods because they know how good it is for their body. And so if you want to put it in your foods, don't use like teaspoonsful like you would with normal herb oregano. Just one tiny drop is enough maybe to put into a spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, or on a roast as well. Okay, our next oil is frankincense. Many of you would have heard of frankincense, possibly through biblical references, but it is such a wonderful oil that anybody in this industry knows how good and powerful an oil it is. Often called the king of oils, and I would say that's very well deserved. It's a very precious oil. It's not the cheapest of oils as well, and just talking about in the UK here, it's £63 plus taxes just for 115 ml bottle of this. But don't worry, because you're on this presentation, that's only if you go and buy it retail cost. We have many wholesale options and many offers on here today that can reduce the price down much less than that. So we'll talk about that a little later. Now, let's tell you a little bit about what it does. It can promote feelings of peace and overall wellness. When used aromatically, I would certainly agree with that. It's got what I would describe a very heavenly type smell with it, but it's much more than that. It helps build and maintain a healthy immune system. Again, what we were talking about, looking after that immune system. But also it's got many other different parts to it. It can also be used for beautifying properties. As you can see here, it could be used to rejuvenate the skin and help reduce the appearance of imperfections when applied topically. And I can tell you a story about a guy in our business called John, who joined doTERRA, and he was using the oils and didn't know, and he was just getting the oils on his hands. And he phoned me one day and said, Andy, said, I'm not sure what it is, but there must be something in the oil. He said, that's doing this. He said, I've got these little age spots, you know, like little brown spots you get when you get old on the back of your hand. He said, I've got these age spots. Or I should say I had these age spots. They've started to disappear. And he didn't have a clue why. And I said that would be the frankincense. It would be the beautifying properties within that can start actually helping with the appearance of skin imperfections. And he didn't know anything about that, of course. It's great for helping to keep the gums and teeth and mouth looking clean and healthy as well. And probably the most important part here is frankincense promotes good cellular health and can be consumed internally, certainly because of the purity of our frankincense over many other frankincenses out there. It can be consumed daily for these internal benefits. And your cellular health is, if your cells start breaking down, that's when many of the serious illnesses really can come towards you. And as you can see here, we invite you to do your own research. There's many reputable websites that are talking about frankincense in connection with more serious illnesses, as you can see here, and feel free to go and Google these yourself and obviously come to your own conclusions as well. Now, I'd like to talk to you about On Guard. On Guard is not a single oil. This is the first of our blends of oil. As you can see here, this has got 5 oils: cinnamon, clove bud, wild orange, rosemary and eucalyptus. And when put together, make a very powerful blend that protects us against environmental threats. Again, really good for your immune function, which is, again, it's important that we cover that with many of the oils that we do. And as well as that, we were talking about earlier about using lemon for cleaning. By putting a couple of drops of this, or 3 or 4 drops of this in a bottle with your lemon, it also makes it antibacterial as well. So it's going to give a much better, as well as cleaning, it's going to protect as well. Could be great to apply to the bottom of children's feet before going to school to help support their immune system and keep bugs at bay, and purifies the skin whilst also promoting healthy circulation. Great one to diffuse. My wife says it smells like Christmas in a bottle, and she's right, it smells absolutely gorgeous. And independent studies that have been carried out on the protective qualities of this particular oil, On Guard, the University of Ohio in the United States have done tests, and they found that within 2 minutes it actually killed E. coli and MRSA, and many other essential oils have been tested and found to do the same. Again, do your own research on this. You know, we invite you to go and find out for yourself, if obviously, you know, to back up what we're telling you, of course. Now, another blend is our air blend, and this is our respiratory blend. So this is for anything to do with the respiratory tract or breathing, and by breathing in this air, you're making sure that you're getting something that's completely natural. You can see here it's got peppermint, eucalyptus, cardamom, laurel leaf, ravinsara, melaleuca and lemon. There's no bad stuff in there whatsoever. And you do have to be careful of some of the products that are sold in the chemist that say, well, yes, and there are sometimes oils in them, but sometimes it could be turpentine oil, and that's not something you want to be breathing in to your lungs on a regular basis. May be effective in the short term, but probably not going to be good for you in the longer term. So a great one to diffuse at bedtime to really help with a restful night's sleep. Many people find that it opens up the airways and can help breathing. Some people report as well that they find that snoring is reduced or sometimes even disappears. So great to minimize the effect of seasonal threats, and even to use before a hike, run, maybe if you do yoga, to open the airways and have a much better workout. Now, Deep Blue, this is our soothing blend. This is one not to be taken internally. It can be used to soothe and relax muscles and ease aching joints. We have many people who come back to us who have joint conditions and things like that that find they get a lot of help and alleviation with this particular blend. This is obviously an oil blend, but they also sell it in a rub as well. So a great oil to use even if you're doing manual work, maybe after a day of heavy lifting or work, or maybe during a move to put on your lower back muscles. But even if you're doing more computer work or desk work, try rubbing it on your fingers, wrists, shoulders and neck after a long day to certainly get those soothing qualities going through. You can use it on sore muscles and joints after a workout, or be proactive and use it beforehand. And Deep Blue products are registered on what's known as the Cologne list, and these are products that are approved that are safe for athletes without any enhanced medical effects or enhanced performance effects for athletes. And the reason, even whether you're an athlete or not, it's important to know that because of the quality of the products being purely natural, that it's recommended in that way. And you can see many of the oils like Blue Tansy, Helichrys and Wintergreen. There's some really high quality essential oils in this particular blend. And the last blend I'd like to share with you today is Zengest. And on first look, you might think this looks similar to peppermint, and in fact, it does have peppermint in it because but peppermint deals with so many different areas that it helps with. But with Zengest, it's focused very much in on just the digestive tract, and it's a wonderful companion to help with the digestion of food, and particularly if you're going to a different area or trying new foods, it can soothe any stomach upsets you might have because it's different food. I found it really effective. I know many people do if they get diarrhea or constipation. Sometimes it can be just maybe a drop or two. That's all you need, a drop or two in a small glass of water. And I personally find it gets to the problem really quickly. As it says here, helps maintain a healthy GI tract, and that's really important, looking after that gut area, and can generally help reduce bloating, any conditions maybe people have with gas and trapped gas, and occasional indigestion when used internally. If you prefer though, you don't have to use it internally. You can use it topically by rubbing it onto the skin with a fractionated coconut oil for a soothing abdominal massage. And as you can see here with the products that are in there, that it's completely natural and should feature in most people's daily wellness routine. Now, it's true to say that our oils and blends can be a very cost-effective and versatile natural alternative. If you see the cost comparison we have here with a well-known high street brand such as Gaviscon, that would cost 58 pence per serving, where because you only need 1 to 2 drops of, say, Zengest to help in this particular area, and that would cost maybe 10 or 20 pence, you can see the savings that can be made. And because one 15ml bottle has over 240 drops, you can see how it can save you a lot of money moving forward, because our oils are highly concentrated and you don't need to use big amounts of them. Now, before we move away from the products, I just want to spend just a short bit of time on doTERRA's best-selling product, and this is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is a dietary system that you can take each day to help with many areas of your health. You can see down the right hand side here some of the areas it helps, being energy, bone health, immune function, stress management, cardiovascular health, healthy hair, skin and nails, eye, brain, nervous system, liver function, lungs. There's not much left after that this doesn't help. Now, this has got the equivalent of 12 servings of fruit and vegetables per day. The antioxidants that you would normally get from those fruit and vegetables are included in this. And also we would recommend that you do your own research. Again, if you search on YouTube for LLV or lifelong vitality, and then also use the term Dr. Axe, and that's AXE. Dr. Axe is a well-known doctor dealing with natural products in the United States, and he's a very well respected doctor as well, but he's nothing to do with doTERRA, but he raves about how good this particular product is. So that's our lifelong vitality pack, and doTERRA, as we said, it's our best-selling product, and they're that confident on this product that you'll start feeling better and really quickly, and have more energy, and all the things that are listed on there. They even give you a 30-day money-back guarantee if it's not for you, so you can't say fairer than that. So in summary, we've spoken about the company, the immune system, how important that is to our underlying health, of course. We've spoken about what are essential oils and the purity of the grade. We've also spoken about our 10 core oils that we've gone through, of course, and how these can fit into your daily wellness routine. And we also, as well, if you join us as a wholesale customer or a wellness advocate, we also spend some time with you going through, giving you like a getting started induction, but we would help you with your specific health concerns too. But doTERRA itself are very much focused on the customers. We do put people before profits. And because of that, we have some Facebook support groups to help you moving forward with the oils, and also advanced oil classes so you can find out more about these, how they work and how you can best use them. Also, there's available coaching and training to help you with the products too, and we even cover how you can get your oils for free, which is a very good price, of course. But the person that introduces you to doTERRA is always available there for one-on-one help and advice. However, you don't have to be an expert nowadays to use our oils. There are books available like the Modern Essentials Usage Guide, which is around £20, that will go through, and you can act as a reference book to find out certain ailments, what you would need. But also nowadays with technology, you don't even need to do that. You can use a Modern Essentials app, which is around about £3 or £4, and you can simply put into that any particular ailments that you have, and it will come back and tell you that about any suggested oils that you can use to help with that particular condition. And also as well as telling you which ones to use, it will tell you how to use it too. So which one would you say you are? Would you say, after listening to the information we've shared with you, that you're somebody who may be more of a user, that you're interested more just in using them for your own personal health and your family, as well, your loved ones, and of course that's absolutely fine. If you wish to just get these products into your life. Some people we know wish to join us more as a user sharer, meaning that you use them predominantly for yourself and your family and your loved ones, but maybe you wish to share it with colleagues and people that you know, maybe on a spare time basis. And every time that you move a product, the company, this generates a commission for you that you can use to put off the cost of your own oils. So very often get your own oils for free and maybe earn yourself a few £100 or a few €100 each month too. Or thirdly, you may wish to find out more about being a user builder. And this is where many people after a while maybe start part-time, but after a period of time find they can start earning a significant income. In many cases, people then actually change career to run their own doTERRA business on a full-time basis. Whatever one you choose is absolutely fine, of course. However, for those of you that are looking down either being a sharer or a builder, just to spend a few seconds on this slide here to say that we have Facebook support groups, access to our team resources site as well, which we've just recently updated, step-by-step guides to building the business, and the one-on-one support that we offer you as well. We'll also support you with three-way calling, weekly team training, online presentations or webinars as they're known, and also of course one-on-one personal coaching to help you with your strategic planning to help you achieve your goals. We won't let you fail. We work very, very much together as a team. Now, whether you choose to join us as a user or a product consultant, your journey begins with the first step, and that's by getting some products. And there are three ways to get hold of our products. The first being retail, the second being wholesale, and thirdly, our best value way, which most people join with, is with the starter kit, because we have got some great value starter kits there. Just a reminder, as I've mentioned earlier, all prices that we talk about will exclude VAT and carriage because they vary in different parts of the world, but the person that introduces you will obviously clarify the full amount too. Now let's just go through these briefly. Firstly, the first way is retail. And even though it's number one on the list, it probably should be the last, because we really don't recommend that most people buy from us retail. What this simply means is you go to a website that's recommended to buy a doTERRA product and you buy it at full price. You don't get any discounts off of that, and also you pay full carriage. And we'd say this is probably only worthwhile if you're going to buy maybe one bottle a year. If you're just after one bottle, then that's probably the way to go. But if you're going to buy 2 or more bottles, we know financially the best option is wholesale. And you can take out a wholesale account with doTERRA for either £20 or €20 plus the taxes. And this works, like I said, similar to a Costco, a company called Costco you've probably heard of, where you pay a small annual amount, but it means you can buy for the whole year at wholesale prices. And that's exactly how we operate as well. You would get 25% off for the whole 12 months of, just for that small fee, of all doTERRA prices. So that's obviously got to be a better way of purchasing. But thirdly, as I said, the best way for people to join us is with a starter kit, because of they bundle more oils together, you get so much better value than buying them individually, but also you can do that at wholesale cost as well. Now, just before we go on and I'll tell you about the kits that most people join with, important that I spend just a few seconds telling you about our loyalty rewards program. As I've already stated, you get 25% off by joining, but many people find that they want more oils. And of course, you're going to run out of oils and you're going to want to buy more in the future as well. And like I said, we've got over 200 products that you may wish to try. So many people each month buy smaller amounts on a monthly basis, and this can be the best way to do it. By placing a regular once a month order, as long as it qualifies, you can get an additional 10% on top of your 25% off, so giving you the equivalent of 35% straight away. Now, this works very similar to like a store card. In the UK, we have companies like Tesco's and Boots where you get a store card, but do you know they only give you about 1% back in free products? doTERRA give you 10% on their loyalty rewards straight away, and that can go up to 15, 20, 25 and 30% over a period of time. So just over a year, you can be getting the equivalent of a 55% maximum discount. Now, I defy you to go and find our products anywhere else where you can get such a huge discount, because I know that you won't be able to. This is the best way for you to get hold of our products. Okay, let's talk about the kits that we were discussing, how you can get the best value right away from the start. And you can join with our entry-level kit, which is the Family Essentials kit. Let me tell you a little bit about this. This is a great little starter kit where you get all of the oils that we've discussed in 10 5ml bottles. You also get, as an addition as well, you get what we call these beadlets, where you get peppermint or On Guard beadlets. And it's a handy way where you can just take the oil in a little gel casing and just pop them into your mouth when you may be out and about. So a really convenient way of taking that for your digestive health, or of course being protective with the On Guard beadlets as well. So just pop it into your handbag or into your pocket. Also, it comes with a brilliant doTERRA Essentials book. This is a 122-page guide, beautifully embossed document that goes through all of our products and also how to use them as well to help you going forward with your health. Now you can see here the price is £102 or 115 euros plus the taxes, but the great thing is if you break all that down, that's about £7 to £8 per item. However, that also includes the £20 wholesale customer membership, or the €20 membership is included in that price as well. So that's a great little starter kit. But it's by far, though, not our most popular kit. Our most popular kit is our Home Essentials kit. And the main reason for this is it still includes those 10 core oils, but all bar the deep blue, these have 15 mils, so 3 times as much in the way of product in this for less than double the price, as you can see here. This is £199 or 225 euros plus the taxes. Now that's a saving, you see, as you can see, £66 or 75 euros by buying them all together. It also, again, includes the doTERRA Essentials book, but and probably one of the reasons that this is the most popular as well is it includes the doTERRA Petal Diffuser, and this has got a cost of over £40 plus tax as well, and that is thrown in. So 3 times as much product for less than double the cost, plus you get the diffuser, plus the doTERRA Essentials book, is why this is by far the most popular kit that people tend to join on when they join doTERRA. Now it may be that you're interested as well as becoming a sharer or a builder as well, and there's a few little recommended products as well at the bottom that we would normally advise if that's the particular path that you're looking to tread as well. Also, many people decide they want to get more products right up front, and that is possible. We have our Natural Solutions kit here for £467 plus taxes, and that's got many more products in the pack, as well as our Long Life Vitality as well that's included in that. So obviously that's a little bit more expensive at £467. And we do have many people who join us who are running maybe a similar type of holistic businesses, or maybe they're a salon owner, and if that's yourself, there are bigger kits that you can get hold of that you have much more product right up front, of course, as well. But do speak to the person that introduced you to this presentation for obviously full details on those. So in summary, you can either be a retail customer. We don't recommend that for most people because, as you remember me saying, you're going to buy more than 1 bottle a year. It's really not financially viable for you to do that. Or you may become a wholesale account holder where you can get, just by paying £20 or 20 euros per year, you can buy our products at a 25% discount. Or by far the most popular way of joining us is with a kit, either maybe the Family Essentials kit, or the most popular starter kit, of course, being the Home Essentials kit with all that extra value packed into it. So just before you leave us though, for those of you that are looking at going down either being a sharer or being a builder, just a couple of more slides that we wanted to share with you before we leave you, just to explain how that works in a bit more detail. Many people come to us because they've got a particular health issue, and we like to give people a free sample so that people can try before they buy, and when they've had a positive customer experience and found something that's worked for them, we just follow up to progress the progress, and that can often lead to people coming on to a presentation such as this, or maybe a one-to-one presentation with somebody, or we can show you how to hold a class in your own home. We give you full training on all of this type of thing. But the one thing that we do is we certainly want to be giving ongoing care to people that we bring into doTERRA. So we always do a wellness consultation, or if you like, a getting started induction, where we help people go through and find out any particular products that would suit their particular situation, as well as showing you how to place your orders and things like that. So by sharing our oils, you can generate an income. Okay, and we also give you help and guidance on setting up a Facebook page and how to put targeted audience ads. We've got Facebook advertising pools. Also, we have online and offline essential oil classes that people can attend, as well as sometimes we even approach people within similar holistic businesses that will often be interested in adding our business to theirs, and also we have existing customer strategies, and we can show you how to share our products at fairs and events as well. Now on this final slide here, I'll give you an idea of the incomes that can be generated, and these are average incomes you can see here with average times, but as it says here, to get to the diamond level, it takes on average 42 months. We had a gentleman in our team called Peter who did that in just 9 months. So it very much depends on the time and effort you wish to put into it. And it may be that you're more interested in using the oils, but please bear us in mind, or bear your friends in mind, who may be looking for something on a business side, even if it's not for you right at this particular point. Probably the most important thing on this particular slide is the thing that's right in the middle there, where it says we have a 68% global retention. In our industry generally only has about 10 to 13% of people who go back to a company to make other purchases after they buy their initial starter kit. We have pleased and proud to say that we have 68% of people that come back to us not only once, but every single quarter they come back to us and buy again, which should really tell you how good the quality is of our products if people are coming back and making further purchases. So that's an industry beating statistic. So that's it for today, everybody. Hopefully you've got some use out of our presentation that we've actually shared with you. It'd be great if you can join us. Like I said, do get back to the person that introduced you to this presentation. They'll be able to help you with any particular questions that you've got. And of course, if you're interested at that stage, either joining us as a wholesale customer or of course as a wellness advocate or product consultant as well. Thank you very much for listening.